Hard to believe that tonight on Sunday Night Football that this match would be against two winless teams led by quarterbacks Terry Bridgewater and Tony Romo. Cowboys smarting from an 0-4 loss. Maybe they're going to be doing their throwbacks tonight. It was also announced that early on Thursday they signed Wes Welker, free agent receiver, to hopefully boost their offense. Going up against the Vikings' vaunted D, headed by guys like Xavier Rhodes. Vikings and Cowboys coming up next on NBC's Sunday Night Football. And to say the least, it's been interesting today in terms of offense and defense. In terms of games, obviously, the Saints and Seahawks game wrapped up a little while ago in overtime with the Seahawks escaping with a win. And tonight, who will notch their first win in the win column tonight? Will it be the Cowboys or the Vikings? Coming up next. Primetime. Also, some other things to note today. The Steelers put up a metric ton of points against the San Diego Chargers this afternoon. The Chargers' next game is Monday night in Houston. And the Broncos and the Steelers will be on the road in Denver to play the Broncos, 2:30 Eastern on Fox. It was announced earlier this week that the show that Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp, and Bill Romanowski will be calling that game. As we come to you live from AT&T Stadium, is out come the Dallas Cowboys. With Jason Witten, the tight end. It's definitely going to be fun tonight. On Sunday night, Vikings and Cowboys.
I can't imagine what's going on for the players and the coaches in this game as well.
As you see Romo trying to pump up his team. They are looking to just get some form of a win in the win column. Neither team has won all year. Cowboys have won the toss, have elected to receive as number 13 back deep to return. Just a reminder, the Cowboys have signed Wes Welker to a prove-it deal. Whitehead will take it out of the end zone and get stopped at the 22.
So here the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by a man who continues to climb up the all-time passing charts. Undrafted from Eastern Illinois, it's Tony Romo.
To me, Tony Romo is one of the great success stories in the NFL. Undrafted, turned himself into one of the top quarterbacks in the league. One of the guys that you would build a team around and expect to contend for a Super Bowl.
They'll try the handoff. To the right he goes. And a tackle there by Segnejo. This offensive unit today, they're going to need depth.
A full combo play. Size, speed, toughness, not to mention incredible aggressiveness going and getting the football.
And our starting lineups brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies. Shotgun formation. Romo's going to fire way downfield. Nearly picked off, but he dropped it.
When I see Sharif Floyd hit the field, I think of all the potential he has, and it's a lot of fun watching that come to the surface.
Offense faces a third and medium with 6 yards left. Snap comes back out of the shotgun formation. Unable to hit his man there, and it falls to the ground.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
This is Sherrills. And a good chunk of yardage there. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal, Teddy Bridgewater.
To me, the best part of Teddy Bridgewater's game is his decision-making. Very smart, loves to watch the game, loves to analyze it, and he does it so well, he takes care of the football and keeps his team in good spots.
Zips left side. And he's wrangled to the ground. Here's the offense, and when you talk about this offense, you certainly have to talk about all-day AP, Adrian Peterson.
Does not shy away from contact, also has the speed to go the distance. It's the rare combination that you get from one of the great runners of all time in the NFL. 2,000 yards every year is the goal. I'd never bet against it.
2nd and 2. Handoff to Peterson. Brought down by Rolando McClain.
Sean Lee is a linebacker with an exciting mix of tackling ability and coverage skills.
Third and 3. Here's a run with AP. And picks up some nice yardage.
That was a key play right there. A missed opportunity by the defense to get off the field on 3rd down. We all knew they were going to run the ball, yet they were unable to stop it.
So 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground this play. Powers over the defender. And it's a tackle by Lee.
Really nice setup by the runner. Actually gets the defender off balance, and then he fires out a stiff arm to allow him to pick up additional yardage.
So 2nd down, 3 yards to go now. Hand off to Peterson. Taken to the ground, but not before a good pickup for the offense.
These are not the runs that you worry about early in the game. These are runs that you're establishing now for later in the game. Trying to wear a defense down and create holes that you'll exploit later.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. And they'll stick with a ground game on 1st down. Get some yards, not a whole lot there.
It's not something you see on every play. But when a runner gets the opportunity to fire a stiff arm, meaning taking his hand and putting it out on a defender and then extending it to create space between him and the defender in order to gain additional yardage, it's an excellent play when used correctly.
Second down and 7 from the shotgun. Throws right side. And he wrangles in the football for a nice grab.
The goal of every offense is to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. A nice job finding an open receiver for a completion.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Handoff. Then a short run there for the touchdown. And they'll line up now for the extra point. Now the extra point try is converted. And the kicker is set. We're just about ready. And the return here gets him right around the 24-yard line. Get on first down. Draw play. Nice play defensively, and it nets a loss. Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long. And it's caught. And he's wrangled down, but not before picking up the first. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And a nice grab there for the reception. Tackled by Xavier Rhodes. We take a timeout as the first quarter has hit its conclusion.
First quarter has ended tonight in Dallas as the only score so far has been the Vikings with a nice little reception. Cowboys, as usual, have gone 3-and-out with Romo, and Jason Witten so far is looking like one of those "come on, Johnny" type coaches. So there you go. See up there from the Dallas sidelines.
NFL on EA Sports, and this crowd hasn't had a whole lot of offense to cheer for today. These two defenses have really showed up. Offense ready for a 2nd and 1. From the gun. And he makes the catch. Brought down by Motherler.
Brandon, that was a good completion there. He ran to his zone early on, and he found a hole in the defense.
First and 10. And they'll run the counter. Down he goes. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They'll operate from the gun. And drops the pass.
A little bit of relief there for the defense. They thought a catch was about the result. Instead, it's a play for them.
Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. The snap from the gun. Goes right side. And it's complete. And he has 10 yards.
Plenty of credit to the defense for not giving up the first down. But offensive coaches will tell their receivers, you've got to know where the sticks are. Run your routes deep enough in order for us to pick that up.
And the offense will settle for 3. And the ball sails through the athletics for 3 points.
Let's just make this one short and snappy. Good snap, hold, and kick. And 3 points goes on the board.
For the kickoff team, they all appear set. He's tackled down at the 23, and the return stops there. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Here's a run with AP. And brought down this time at the 27.
And typically the defenders are the ones that dish out the punishment. On this one, we see the runner do exactly that with a perfectly legal, well-executed stiff arm. Oh yes, it's still in the game.
Second down at 6. Here's the give. So it's finally brought down, but not before a really good game.
Brandon, it appears that this offense is just trying to get into a groove by establishing their running game. Small gains as they try to accumulate the yardage that they hope will pay off throughout the game.
And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on 3rd down. And a big tackle to bring us to 4th down. Run play unsuccessful on 3rd down, and now they will have to punt. So with that, we come upon the 2-minute warning here in the NFL on EA Sports.
It's never easy as a punt returner. Sometimes you have to make those really quick decisions. On that play, it was just well covered.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Catches the snap out of the gun. Tries the right side, and it is complete. Tackle by Barr. looking to speed things up here. They'll operate from the gun. Romo with a deep ball. Oh, a huge catch. Brought down right around the 10.
Oftentimes, offenses take big shots downfield in hopes of loosening up the defense so they can establish the run game and short pass game underneath.
And now first down following that long game. The snap from the gun. And he brings it in for the catch. So a nice chunk of yardage there before he's taken down to the ground.
And that's the kind of pass that adds up over time, Brandon. You may not have picked up a first down there, but if you keep chipping away at it, eventually big plays may result.
And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. Second and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. And they'll try the screen. And he's going to be swallowed up behind the line. And the offense is going to halt this game for a moment. They take a timeout. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. And after seeing that play develop, the quarterback probably wishes his receiver probably just would have dropped it.
Yeah, Brandon, you're right. One of the few times that the quarterback wouldn't mind having his completion percentage hurt.
Third and goal now. The defense looking to hold serve again. Shotgun snap. Fires to his right side. And the Cowboys are in the end zone for a touchdown.
Wait, what? Cowboys took the lead? God, I'm living a nightmare. Dude, I am high as balls right now.
And they're just going to go for one here. And the extra point kick is good. Everyone getting lined up, and it looks like we are just about set to rock. Well, up here, laundry down. Let's see what the penalty's for.
It's going to be on the Vikings. Yep.
Receiving team. First down.
So a nickel formation here for the defense. Right side throw, and he's able to bring it in. And this time it's got made by Barry Church. And here the offense is going to burn a timeout. And there the man coverage not good enough, partner, and they're able to complete the pass.
Excellent recognition of the man coverage, and they found the guy who could win downfield.
And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over, and we'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Second down and 3. Shotgun snap here. Throws to his right. And that one almost taken away by the defense, but it falls innocently to the ground.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Three yards left to grab here on third down. Takes a snap out of the gun. And it is complete. He caught it.
The Passers have plenty of time all game long to find open targets. Not only will he take his offensive line out for dinner after this game, could be Rolexes for everyone.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Shotgun formation. And it is caught. And now they'll be on the other side of the 50 after that play.
Brandon, that's a good job by the defense. They gave up a completion, but they got the stop short of the first down marker.
So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Offense in a good spot here, 2nd and 2. Shotgun formation. And that ball probably should have been picked off, but instead incomplete.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Third and 2. Snap comes back out of the shotgun formation. Throws the deep ball. Nearly picked off, but he dropped it.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
The defense holds serve there on the incompletion, and now the special teams unit out for the punt. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL. It's a presentation of EA Sports. At halftime, the Minnesota Vikings.
Here's a shock. The Vikings are keeping it close with Dallas, even though both the teams currently are winless right now. As we look at some highlights. Teddy Bridgewater connects with his man for a connection as he skirts across the plane. Teddy Bridgewater looking for his man right side. And he does the same thing again with his right. Tony Break-A-Lot Romo is going to connect with his man on this one.
Yeah, before the second half gets underway, here are the numbers.
Before we kick off the second half tonight, it's been interesting. Cowboys couldn't really do much of anything in terms of yards, even though Zeke Elliott could probably pose as a tight end, in my opinion, because how big he is.
And we are teed up and ready to go. Halftime break concluded, quarter number 3 set and ready to rock as we resume here on EA Sports. And he's able to return it to the 21.
Anyways, on the docket next week for Sunday Night Football, the Patriots and Colts, 2 of the Titans in the AFC right now. That would be
First down and 10
his
now for
flex
the offensive group.
in over Steelers and Broncos. So Steelers and Broncos will go green. It will kick off at about 2:30 Eastern, and the Pats and Colts will go off at 8:30. And Monday Night Football next week, the winless Texans take on the 2-4 Chargers.
Second down and 8.
And tomorrow night on Monday Night Football, 2 of the AFC undefeateds, the New England Patriots and Indianapolis Colts, clash on Monday night.
Run it, keep possession, keep it moving, keep the clock going. I love this kind of game.
And on first down, hand off to Peterson. And a really nice game.
Everyone's looking for the big runs, the explosive runs, the 20 to 30-yard plays. But anytime you're picking up good yardage and setting yourself up on down and distance, offenses love that too.
Second down, 4 yards to go. Here's a run with AP. Brought down by Rolando McClain.
When you stack up first downs, you feel like you're in control of the game. In a sense, the offense is now imposing its will against the defense.
And on first down, hand off to Peterson. And then he's taken down for a loss. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. This time over the middle. Good stop by Sean Lee. Partner, nothing complicated here. This is just a pretty simple drag route.
You're exactly right, Brandon. Instead of throwing it downfield, they just throw it underneath and let the receiver do the work.
So yeah, update on playoffs. There's most likely going to be a few below 500 teams making it. And how it works if there are any forms of interesting playoff cases per se, and if it comes down to somebody needs to win to get in and somebody will be booted out, there will be a Thursday edition of Sunday Night Football. So it'll be NBC's Thursday Night Football. It's like, say, Saints and Seahawks fighting for a wild card for one of the byes, Week 15, as the Seahawks won in overtime today, and a little bit of this evening, I guess. Then they would play on Thursday, and one of their opponents would play on Thursday. And since the Saints are already locked on Saturday, it would have to be the Seahawks. Because they have a game against the Colts scheduled for 3:30 Eastern.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch
so if that be the case, that may be moved to Thursday night.
If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
And forget everything I just said. It's just a jiggy music mess. Because as of right now, there is a Sunday night game scheduled for Week 15 as we speak.
And they still need 10 yards.
However,
it's second and goal from the 10. And it's a
both of the teams' records don't look too good.
Space to the right. And it's a tackle by Lee.
They meant to use the running game like boxers do. Body blow after body blow after body blow. You may not get what you want early, but those add up. And by the fourth quarter, you can break a big one.
Third and goal now. Maybe the offensive coordinator's thinking blitz here. Vikings are in for the touchdown.
Hey, Teddy.
That's one of those touchdown tosses where if it's an inch to the right or left, it's not a touchdown. He had to put it right on the money.
Yeah, and how did he do that? Everything around him, everything swirling, all the coverage downfield. Somehow he spotted the opening and put it right there.
Haven't seen a lot of Wes Welker in the match, so it leads me to believe if Cowboys are even thinking of playing here.
The PAT is up, and the PAT is good.
So much in the number.
And everyone is lined up for the kickoff. He's going to bring this one out. Penalty marker is down here. Getting set on first down. From the shotgun. And it's complete. And he's knocked down by Romo.
As a defender, you're never crazy about the completion. But anything that doesn't result in a first down, you're going to be happy about. The key is to make sure it stays that way all game long. No missed tackles that turn into big plays.
Second and a short 2. Back to the air they go. Left side throw. Ball is thrown incomplete. Great job by the defense.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on third down. And the give. Looking for some space in the middle of the line. And he's knocked down by Greenway.
That's what the offense would call a hard, dirty run. Everyone knew it was coming, but they still found a way to pick up the first down.
So that does it for 3 quarters of action. The final quarter, the fourth, will be coming up after this timeout. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The plot thickens between two winless teams that are easily hungry for a win as the Vikings take a 4-point lead here at AT&T Stadium tonight. There's a shot of Tony Romo before he gets his bones broken for an umpteenth million time.
Here, the fourth quarter, as we welcome you back. I'm Brandon Gordon, and to my left, Charles Davis. And on 1st and 10 now. From the gun. Goes right side. Incomplete. Really good coverage that time. And the pass incomplete there. Very good man coverage.
I remember when coaches used to put the best athletes on the field on defense. They're putting them all on offense, and most of them are at receiver.
Ten yards still left on second down. They'll operate from the
Anyways,
gun.
coming up after this on NBC is your late local news, followed by 30 Rock on NBC tonight.
He did a good job completing the pass.
If you want more post-game coverage, you can tune in on NBCSN for the Sunday Night Football post-game show, which can be seen on NBC as well. For your late local news, and then a rerun of 30 Rock. God, I love that show.
Let's see what they go to here on 3rd down and 6. The snap from the gun. Taken down for the save.
So that's coming up. As Romo gets sacked for the umpteenth time. Everything they say about this game probably secretly pissing off French Cowboys fans.
We're back to the closets and streets of the past. Great way for young players to make an impression.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Here's a run with AP. Fumble.
Coaches tell us all the time that you make your own luck as a team, but I don't know that that's really totally true. Defense did everything right on that play and created a loose football, yet the offense ended up with it.
Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense. The handoff, up the middle it goes. And a good chunk of yardage is gained on the play. Nice job on the ground there, and the sticks will move.
And he should be patting his offensive lineman on the back right now. They created a nice space for him to run through.
And now first down following that long gain. To the ground they go. And able to pick up some good yardage.
Yes, this is where the expression staying ahead of the chains comes into play. Good runs like that one set you up well for third down.
And with that, we have arrived at the 2-minute warning.
Anyways, I've woken up from my drunken nap. We have finally hit the 2-minute warning here in Dallas tonight. It's been pretty close. Mind you, both these teams are currently winless, which seems kind of odd to put two winless teams on Sunday Night Football. We have a winless team on Monday night next week. The defense calls a timeout. Cowboys are currently down by 4.
The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play.
So, here we go. Tomorrow night on ABC, the clash of the AFC Titans, the Broncos, and the Patriots. Coverage wrap begins at 7 Eastern with a 2-hour special on ESPN, which at 8 o'clock will be transferred to ABC, Monday Night Countdown, where they talk about the week yesterday's action, including a preview of tonight's game. Over on ESPN, starting at 3 o'clock Eastern, and going until about 6, will be the NFL Live. So, at 3 tomorrow, Broncos and Patriots on Monday Night Football. That will be until 6, the hour special on NFL Live, recapping all of yesterday's action. And then at 7, we will have Monday Night Countdown on ESPN, where Chris Berman, Tom Jackson will be from the studio in Bristol, covering the previous day's action, including this game so far. And at 8 o'clock, we'll take you out to Denver, Colorado for an hour-long countdown of Monday Night Football. And then at 9 o'clock, with Mike Tirico and John Gruden, Week 5 of Monday Night Football, the first Monday Night Football game on ABC. It'll be pretty busy tomorrow night. As the Vikings continue to grind down the field.
Here's a run with AP. And this time the stop made by Barry Church.
And they burn all their timeouts. Just a reminder, the Cowboys are winless, and the Vikings could very well be on their way to their first win of the tournament. Heads will probably be rolling after this one.
All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense.
A win for the defense. but he's been winning all game long. Finally, they get one for themselves, but overall, a good day for the ball carrier.
Second down and 10. Handoff to Peterson. And stonewalled by the defense there. It's a loss. Third down, 11. Here's a run with AP. The stop by Sean Lee. Offense came close to pay dirt, but they'll have to settle for 3 on the short field goal. And the kicker converts to give 3 points to his team.
Nothing but confidence there. Just threw it off there and knocked it to the post. An easy 3.
And the kicker set. We're just about ready. To the 47-yard line, and he stopped there. And the defensive backs they set up in the corners look defensively. Romo's going to fire way downfield. And that ball probably should have been picked off, but instead incomplete.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Second down and 10. Fires into the teeth of the D, trying to force it into double coverage, but to no avail.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on third down. Romo with a deep ball. Nearly picked off, but he dropped it.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
And the defense going with the corners look. Get some air underneath this one, and they were almost taken away by the defense, but it falls innocently to the ground. This is one of those where one coach, he's going to look back
for my drunken nap. The Cowboys have another loss to their win column. They currently are falling 0-5 as the Vikings earn their first victory of the year with a win on Sunday night in Dallas. Final score, Minnesota 17, Dallas 10. Coming up in a few moments on NBC, we will talk to the player of the game and then recap tonight's game and going back to the Football Night in America studio with Bob Costas, Jerome Bettis, and Broncos head coach Mike Shanahan. Well, former Broncos head coach. And we will also have a preview of next week's game with the Pats and Colts, and also a discussion of tomorrow night's game. Final score from Dallas, Minnesota 17, Dallas 10.